This is my wife, Lisa Gonzales. I'm Lance Gonzales, and what we decided to do is I used to build custom homes, and in 2008, when the economy took a dump, we decided to take our construction trailer and turn it into a tiny house. The tiny house is 24 feet long and it is 8 feet wide on the outside. What we've done is we've purchased some reclaimed wood here locally that came from Oregon and Northern California, and just cut it to shape to do the trim on the outside as well as you'll see on the inside. I guess we can go inside. So what we did, because it gets so hot here in Las Vegas, is we've used solar screens on the outside to minimize the heat and the sun coming in as well. We did a silver reflective paint to reflect the heat as well. The windows that we installed offer a lot of natural light. You don't feel like you're in a cave or in a concealed steel container.
Yeah, with tiny homes, you need to borrow space from the outside, that's for sure. So light is very important.
All of the ideas as far as the decorating and colors come from my wife, Lisa. We've kind of brainstormed a little bit together. What we did is we chose to go with stainless steel countertops, basically stainless steel tables, so that they were more of an open feel instead of cabinetry giving you that closed feel and still offering some storage. We purchased sinks at IKEA because they were small but still large enough to act as a kitchen sink without taking up much room. Went with a full-size faucet, so it gave the people staying here more of a feeling like it was still larger living, not like RV living. We did the plumbing and we exposed it on the outside of the walls deliberately so that you could see the copper, see the silver, as well as if there was ever any plumbing issues, we wouldn't have to get into the wall. We don't have a problem here in Las Vegas with the temperature getting freezing and worrying about bursting pipes or anything like that. But we just thought it would be better if they were inside and exposed. We did IKEA lighting. This particular lighting, we can directional in different positions. That way you can set it to the areas that you want it to look at.
In trying to keep with the minimalism of a tiny house, we needed to really be careful with our choices in regards to lighting and plumbing and everything basically that we put in here. And IKEA was a great resource.
Yes,
because they do have, the origins of IKEA was really pretty much how to minimize your space but have the things that you need on a daily basis. So and also the look that we were going for needed to be economic because our budget was fairly tight. So we wanted to do a modern industrial look with a little quirkiness. So I think we achieved that.
Even though our budget was tight, what we decided to do is we didn't want to skimp on quality. So everything that we did it like as if it was going to be our own if we had to live in that space.
Yeah, exactly. I love to cook. So one of our guests just recently said, our Airbnb guest said, you know what, this was great because they didn't skimp on the appliances. They, even down to the knives, for cooking, that everything was doable and everything was quality. So that means a lot to me.
We did a lot of reclaimed wood. So we did a barn door. That way nothing had to swing and have to have clearance, but yet the door could tuck away right next to the wall. This is a standard door, a hollow core door on the other side, and we just added the reclaimed wood as a finish. In the bathroom, what we did was we did a solid stone shower pan to give you that feeling like there was quality there. Shower size is standard for a home. I believe it's like 30 inches by 36, so it's quite a large shower. Also, when it came to our budget and started getting prices on tile work, we saw some of this corrugated metal used in other tiny houses. And so I just decided that, you know, I could probably do something like that. And so we did. We have a separate water heater tank detached from the tiny house. It's like 60 or 80 gallons. I'd have to double check, but it provides enough water for a family. That water heater is being used inside on half the house, and it's also being used for the tiny house. I take long showers inside, so nobody's ever complained that, you know, there wasn't enough hot water. The layout for the bathroom seemed to really work well, as if you were standing at the sink and you wanted some elbow space or some room to your sides. The commode is on one side and the shower is on the other. And then with the free-floating sink, it still gives you that open feeling that there's no cabinetry here enclosing you. We did a dimmer switch in case anybody wanted to use it as a nightlight, or, you know, you got plenty of brightness. It has an exhaust fan just like in your home.
There is a mirror behind this door, a full-length mirror. So I just tried to think of all the little details that, you know, women need. And, you know, just because you're living in a tiny house doesn't mean that, you know, you don't do grand things. So
we have a induction cooktop that works really well. We have microwave, good size, as well as refrigerator with the freezer. On the flooring, what we did is we took 3 different colors of flooring. It's tile, but it has a wood look. And we did that and staged it to where it would play off of the reclaimed wood. We also used the reclaimed wood around the windows. They're brand new windows. They are double pane, insulated.
one of the other things that guests really love is this huge TV. And I was going back and forth, you know, should I go small because it's a tiny house, or should I go large with the TV? And I thought, no, you know what? I want people to feel like they are being pampered a little bit. So they can either sit down here on the love seat and watch a movie, or they can lay in bed and watch a movie and then pull it over so that they can be comfy in their bed and watch a flick. So they love it. I get lots of compliments about that too.
The first individual that we had stay here was actually writing a script for a movie, and it was the life of Paul the Apostle he was writing a script for. He needed a spot where he could write, and so what we did is we installed this here, which is a fold-down table. Let's see. And then that gave him a place to where he could write. If somebody wanted to eat at a table, they could do that, but mainly it was there for him. And then when it's not needed, it just kind of folds out of the way. The other thing we did is we thought if anybody ever came to stay and they brought a toddler with them or something like that, this love seat also acts as a small bed for a toddler. Some of the other things that we've done is it had an air conditioner unit on the roof, but it didn't seem to be sufficient.
Especially in the desert.
Right, so what we did is we did a split unit system. You can buy them online. We got this one through Amazon. It had really great ratings. No problem throughout the whole summer. Nobody's ever complained that it hasn't been cool enough, and we get up to 110, 115 degrees here in Las Vegas. It also acts as a heater too, so it's got central heat as well as air conditioning. And that was one feature that we really liked about this particular unit.
There's 2 storage drawers underneath the bed over there, which we decided to go with a queen size bed. We wanted comfort, but again, we didn't want to take up too much space, but we did end up going with a queen size bed, and we have not regretted that.
To kind of make the bed, you would think could be difficult. So what I did is on the platform that I designed, you can pull it out and you can make it, climb over it, and put the sheets on the other side.
I love interior design. I never went to school for interior design, but it's always been a passion of mine. And so this was a project that I loved, and my husband happens to be able to complete the vision that I have. So I think we make a pretty good team. He's the brains behind it, and I have the picture in my mind that I want to create. And so I've loved every minute of this. And the gratification when our guests say, we absolutely loved this experience, is the best compliment that I could get, because I want people to just love being in here and enjoy every minute and be comfortable. So we hope you enjoyed the tour. This is our first tiny home, but you can find us on Airbnb if you'd like to check us out. And we'd love to get to meet you. We'd love to meet all of our guests.
We hope you enjoyed this video.
Please consider leaving a big thumbs up and sharing with your friends and subscribing to our channel. And we hope to see you guys soon again. See you next time.